My name is Carolyn Monastra, and my project is called The Witness Tree. Today I've built this live witness tree, which is an incarnation of my 4-year project, photographing places around the world affected by climate change. And today we're doing a fair trade event where people are making their own postcards with recycled materials from magazines and things like that to send to politicians, expressing their concern about climate change. And in exchange, they get to take home one of my photographs from someplace else in the world as a reminder of today's event. So my project is really about documenting and finding places around the world that are being affected by climate change in order to bring greater awareness that this really is a global issue. So sometimes people think what's happening in the Arctic doesn't affect them, but everything that happens somewhere in the world affects all of us. And so I'm really just trying to bring that global nature into it, and then also make it personal through events like today's event and writing postcards to politicians and just talking about and witnessing climate change.
This is the postcard that I made, and I wanted to let you know that I don't want them to cut down the tree.
Today, what's really surprised me is how much people, I tell them to write down one thing they've witnessed about climate change, and they can't narrow it down to one. Many people are like, well, I could write about, Hurricane Sandy, or I could write about that heat wave or that drought my aunt's experiencing, and so there's just so many things that people almost can't narrow it down to one. I think people are starting to realize the cumulative impact of this, and for me it's just really about, people sharing these stories, so I think that's what people have gotten from it today. And there's also little tip sheets and tips I've been putting on my website so that people can, remember things to do. But I think the most important thing we can do is really get the message to our politicians, because they're the ones developing policies.